So on today's Money Diary, I surely can't be the only one to feel the stress emanating from this diary with Project J and Project B and Project C, and it makes me wonder, how long will it be until we have a whole alphabet of projects? Now, as I was reading this, the first thing that jumped out to me when I sifted through the stresses was that there simply wasn't enough hours in the day for this entrepreneur to truly focus on themselves, to truly focus on their job, to truly focus on their business, to truly focus on developing new consultancy work, and to take a step back and look at what they're doing. So whilst I agree with the entrepreneur that data is key and it would be really valuable to start monitoring this, the first thing that I would suggest is that the entrepreneur actually considers monitoring their time as well and putting their work day into some kind of focus to see how many hours are spent on the job, how many hours are spent on the business, etc. Because my concern here is none of us can burn the candle at both ends for too long. It becomes very unsustainable, and clearly that will then have a knock-on impact to the finances of the entrepreneur, plus of course performance in the business and the job. So that would be the first thing that I would say, is that whilst we're looking at monitoring data on average customer value and so on, actually take a step back, look at the one finite resource that you have, monitor where that goes. Secondly, I think a key decision needs to be made. Do you want to scale and grow this business? Do you want to stay in your job? Do you want to be a consultant? Or do you want a portfolio career? Now, I see the entrepreneur is looking for investment, but the reality is that many investors will actually be put off by somebody wearing multiple hats, because they will want to know that full-time effort is going in to protect their investment. So it's a decision that needs to be made. And if the decision is to focus on the business, which I imagine it is given that we're seeking investment, we should be looking at a plan to come out of the job and look at a way to actually start paying a salary from the business that can allow the job to maybe become part-time or perhaps a clean break. Now, I know that that's a very big step that many are afraid to do. The challenge we have is sometimes the job and the salary can be a comfort blanket, as I suspect it is in this case, where there's no need to draw a salary from the business in the hope of growing something else, but actually it becomes a burden to juggle and to manage. So once we've got that plan and we know what we can do going forwards to hopefully de-stress the business, what we'll find is that the headspace and the time that comes from that will allow a true focus on the data, and more importantly, that creative thinking to look at how we improve the stats, how we promote ourselves better, how we increase the values, how we increase conversions, and ultimately make it a better business.